Welcome back. I'm going to be showing you how to set up MPC-HC player using MadVR, LEV filter and XY subfilter. This tutorial is more directed towards those who are watching content on a 4K display and who are looking to upscale and refine 1080p content on that 4K display. So I won't be focusing on any downscaling. This whole setup is going to be used for playing 1080p files and 4K files, and since 99% of the content I watch is in those two resolutions, I'll only be sticking to those. So for this guide, it's best that you have a 4K file and a 1080p file on hand. In my case, I'm using a remix of Interstellar and an episode of JJK. To get started, you need to download 4 files. I'll have the links of all the files in the description. First, you want to download the latest version of MPC-HC from the GitHub link I have. Head to the latest release, go down to Assets and download the exe file. Next, you want to download MadVR. Just download the latest version from the website I provide. Next, head to the GitHub page for LEV filter and go to the latest releases. Under Assets, you don't want to download the exe file, but you want to download the x64 zip file instead. And the last file you need is XY subfilter. Just download the latest version of that. If you've downloaded everything correctly, you should now have a 4K video file, a 1080p video file, the MPC-HC installer, and the MadVR LEV filter and XY subfilter zip files. Now go ahead and run the MPC-HC installation file and just install it with all the default options it has. Once installed, you can go ahead and delete that file. Next, you want to hit your Windows button, search for MPC-HC, right click on the application, and then press Open File Location. If it takes you to a folder with another shortcut of the application, then right click that shortcut of the MPC-HC player and then press Open File Location again, and this will take you to the application's directory. Just move the folder of the directory to one side and have your downloads folder to another. We're going to deal with MadVR first. Right click on the zip file and using WinRAR we're going to extract the file, and once extracted, we're just going to rename it and just remove the numbers at the end of MadVR just so it looks cleaner. And we're going to drag the MadVR file into the MPC-HC directory. You want to do the same with LEV filters and XY subfilter. Once you've done that with all 3 zip files, you can go ahead and delete them. Now let's configure the main settings of MPC-HC player. You want to go ahead and open the player, right click anywhere on that player and select options. Head into formats and you want to click on run as administrator. Click on the option that selects all formats and you'll see all the formats are ticked on. Press apply and then press set as default program. This will make MPC-HC as your default program for opening all MKV files as well as MP4 files. And you can check this by going to the default apps on Windows, typing in the file format like MP4 or MKV, and you'll see that the default program to open those files is MPC-HC. So we're done with the format options, and next you want to head into the output options, and in here you're going to see 3 options, one for video renderer, one for audio, and one for subtitles. For the video renderer options, you may notice that you don't see MadVR. So what you want to do is go back into the MPC-HC directory, go inside the MadVR folder, and you want to right click the install.bat and press run as an administrator, and that should automatically install MadVR. Now if you close MPC-HC and reopen it, and then head back into options and then output, and you'll see under video renderer that MadVR is now installed. So select MadVR for your video renderer and just press apply. For your audio renderer, you want to keep it on default, and for your subtitle renderer, you want to select XY subfilter. Next, head into the internal filters options, and we're going to first start off with splitter. For audio, I want my primary language to be English, and since I watch anime and I like listening to the Japanese dub, I'm also going to select Japanese as my secondary audio. So for English I'm going to use ENG, and for Japanese I'm going to use JPN separated by commas. For subtitles I'm only going to set it to English, so I'm going to set it to ENG, and I'm not going to mess around with any other settings other than the subtitle selection mode, which I'm going to set to forced only. Press apply and then OK, and then head into the video decoder options. In here, I'm going to set the hardware decoder to use D3D11, to use DirectX 11's API for native GPU rendering. For codecs for hardware decoding, I'm going to select all the options I possibly can, and for hardware devices to use, I'm going to select my GPU. For RGB output levels, you want to have it selected to PC, and that's pretty much it with these settings. Press apply and then OK, and then head into audio decoder. In here, if you require bit streaming, you want to select the formats that apply to your system, and in options have fallback to PCM if bit streaming is not supported, ticked on. Since I'm using an aux cable from my PC to my 2.1 speakers, all I want to do is just go into the mixing tab, enable mixing, And since I'm using a 2.1 bookshelf speaker, which is going to give me stereo, I select stereo. But if you're using a different configuration, then in the drop down select your configuration that matches your speakers. And on the right side under settings, select don't mix stereo sources. Press apply and then OK, and that's our internal filters done. There's not much more to configure for MPC-HC. All the other options like subtitles for example, they're all personal preference. You can tinker around with the settings and see what you like and don't like. One thing I forgot to mention in the options menu for MPC-HC player is that if you go to the playback and then full screen, make sure you have use auto change full screen monitor mode selected on. Also check apply default monitor mode on full screen exit, and I highly recommend you set this on, as when you play content that has a specific FPS like 23 or 30 or 60, then the display you're watching on will match the same frame rate as the content you're watching. Just press apply and then OK. So that's pretty much it for the setup of MPC-HC itself. So now let's move on to setting up MadVR. To set up MadVR, I'm going to open up the 1080p file that I have first. And in the taskbar drop down menu, you'll see the little MadVR icon. Just double click it to open up the MadVR options. On the left under devices, you should see your display. And clicking on that display, you want to set it to TV and monitor. You can click on identification under your display to see your display's panel specifications. And this can be helpful for setting up some of the settings. Head to properties and set the first option to PC levels if you're using a PC. You want to set your bit depth to what your monitor is capable of, but you can also select auto, that just works fine. And I have 3D format set to none. Under calibration options, I have it set to disable calibration controls for this display. For display modes, we're not going to touch anything in here. Same for the color and gamma, we're going to ignore these options in here. However, if you do want to enable gamma processing, you can tinker with that to see what you like. However, my monitor is already calibrated, so I'm not going to touch these options. Next, I'm going to go into the HDR options. And for this, I'm going to have it selected to let MadVR decide. You just want to make sure that HDR is turned on in your Windows settings, so that when you play HDR content, it won't look washed out. Okay, so let's move on to processing. Under processing, the first thing is deinterlacing. We're not going to touch any of these settings, so just copy the settings I have on screen. For artifact removal, we're going to turn on reduce banding artifacts. We're going to set the first to low and the second to high. For reduce ringing artifacts, we want to turn it off. And for reduce compression artifacts, we want to turn on, and set the quality to whatever your PC can handle. The higher you go, the more frame drops you'll have. You'll notice that if I press Ctrl J in MPC-HC, I'll have a statistics pop up and you'll see drop frames in here. So if you play, you'll see drop frames doesn't move when I have it on very high. But for you, depending on your graphics power, you may drop frames, so if it does, then keep reducing it until you don't get any frame drops. Even at low, if you still get frame drops, just turn it off. Next, you want to go into image enhancements, and in here we're going to turn everything off. In zoom control, we're not turning anything on either. And that's it for processing. Okay, so next up is scaling algorithm. You can see that I have a folder called Asus monitor, and that's going to be my profile group name. And under Asus profile monitor, you can see that I have two profiles, one 4K and one that's 1080p. To create a profile, you can simply just press add profile, and you can see I have two more profiles here. And just press delete if you want to delete them. And for these profiles, you want to set a rule. This specific rule that I have here is mainly for 4K content and 1080p content, and I'll have this rule in the video description below. You'll know that it's working when you have a green tick in the top right corner, and you want to make sure that the labels you gave to your profiles, so like 4K and 1080p, they are the same as they are in the rule. So here you have 4K, here you have 4K, here you have 1080p, here you have 1080p. If they don't match, then you will not get a green tick. You can also see that this video that I'm playing is a 1080p video, and you can see that under the profile, the 1080p is highlighted. That means this profile is currently active, and anything I do inside these profiles and any of the tweaks that I make to these profiles will apply to that resolution video you're playing. So let's deal with the 1080p profile that we made, since we have a 1080p video running. You can see that currently I'm not dropping any frames. While playing this video. So let's first do chroma upscaling. Because I'm on a 4K display, chroma upscaling is necessary, and I set the anti-aliasing to very high quality. If you see that you're dropping frames with these settings, then I suggest reduce the quality and keep reducing it until you don't drop any frames. If that's the only settings we're changing in here, you just press apply and then go to image downscaling. In here, We're not changing anything because it won't apply to this video since we're upscaling only from 1080p to 4K. We're going to ignore image downscaling because we're not downscaling any content. We're upscaling 1080p to 4K. For image upscaling, we're going to use NGU anti-alias. And for the algorithm quality, we're going to set it to very high. Again, if you see that you're dropping frames consistently at this very high setting, then keep reducing it until you don't drop any frames. But in my case, I'm not dropping any frames, so I'll keep it very high. For activate doubling and quadrupling, we're going to set the first option to always super sample, and we're going to set the second option to only if upscaling is needed. So if any more scaling needs to be done, set both to let MadVR decide, and then press apply, and then move to upscaling refinement. In here, we only select sharpen edges and thin edges, and keep them at 1. We're going to turn on activate anti-ringing filter, and then select refine the image only once after upscaling is complete. Press apply, and that's your 1080p done. I can go ahead and close the video, and then open up my 4K video, which is the movie Interstellar. The 4K video is open, but you'll see that in MadVR the 4K isn't highlighted. Just press apply and then OK, and that will close MadVR options. Head back into the taskbar and then open up the MadVR options again. And then you'll see that 4K this time is highlighted. Head into chroma upscaling. The upscaling is going to be irrelevant for us because we're watching 4K content on a 4K display. I just leave it at NGU, anti-aliasing, very high quality. Just press apply and leave it on here. Image downscaling, we're going to ignore because we're not looking to downscale the image. Image upscaling, same thing again. We're going to ignore most of these settings, but I'm just going to leave them on high or very high. And you want to make sure activate doubling and quadrupling is let MadVR decide. Same with if any more scaling needs to be done, let MadVR decide. Just press apply. Upscaling refinements, I keep sharpen edges and thin edges on. And this time I have activate anti-ringing filter off, and then refine the image only once after upscaling is complete. Press apply, and that's our 4K and 1080p profiles done for the scaling algorithm. Next you want to head into rendering. We're going to ignore these settings and head down to dithering, and we're going to select error diffusion option 1 and just press apply. We're then going to head to trade quality for performance, and by default you'll see that these options are turned on. You want to make sure that compromise on tone and gamma mapping accuracy is off. If you can, turn all these other settings off. However, if you're seeing consistent frame drops, then turn some of these settings back on. And that is pretty much it for setting up MPC-HC and MadVR. If you have a 4K display that supports HDR, you should have no problems with these settings. From my experience, the video quality looks phenomenal. So if this video has helped you out, drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and have a good one.